So, I said, they took my kid. Spencer's gone. I don't, I was sick and I come back and I say, hey, where's Spencer? Where's my buddy, huh? Let's play some ball. And, they got rid of him, I don't know this other guy he get Vincent Fanet. Why? I'm by myself. I am alone now. I am a single fatherless father. Fatherless, right? They took my kid. I'm confused. What do you want? Okay.
The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1,
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans. Boy, oh boy, let's going to start off by knocking things over. That'll work. So it has been, what did I miss? 3 recaps from being sick. I think that's what it was. So much has happened since you last saw me standing here in front of Kermit. Some of it's already unhappened. So we get Seth Jones, then we get Sturm, then we get Marchand, then we lose Ekblad. Spencer Knight is gone. Spence. Bob, look, he's not talking. He don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about it. Well, you should have been nicer to him while he was here. Here's what it is. Everybody hates to see their kids move out and go on their own. I don't think Bob was expecting it. I don't think he was expecting it, but he'll save money. He'll save money on food. We'll just leave it at that. So we got Marchand tonight waving goodbye and hello to the Bruins fans. I don't know what's going to go on pregame. He was on the ice skating with the Panthers today. I know he's not going to play, but I'm going to assume they're going to do something pregame for Marchand. We shall see. Seth Jones steps in for Aaron Ekblad. Everybody knows, 20 games. Talked about it on the podcast today. We talked about it on the noon stream. I'm just going to attempt to take the positive side of it and figure he'll be rested for the playoffs. And now at least Jones gets to see if he has some chemistry with Forsling. So next year when we offer Ekblad $1 million per year, we can tell Ekblad, well, Jones is just fine up top in your position anyway. And it's a dangerous spot when you start signing a guy to a contract who's been suspended once, because if he gets suspended again, that's 60 games. That's a lot. So I don't know how much that's going to affect his negotiations, but who knows? You never know. I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card. That's for sure. Meanwhile, we've allowed 1 goal in the last 4 games, which means the games that I missed because I was sick, I wouldn't have had to lift. I literally missed. Did I see the first shutout? Let me see. 4 games. I missed 3. So I think there's been 2 shutouts right. Now, I did watch the last game, but I wasn't lifting anyway if they had allowed a goal. The point is the defense has been damn good, especially since Jones got here. The emotion in the building tonight, who knows what Boston's going to look like. After the trade happened, they went and beat Tampa 4-0. At some point, the Panthers will lose a game. Well, we got Toronto on Thursday. I don't think Panthers are fixing to let up on the gas just yet. Let's get to. All right, so today I want to talk to you about the sponsor of this video that you are watching, Southern New Hampshire University. Now, if you have considered a possible career in sports management, or you're just kind of at that point where you're thinking about what your first career might be, Southern New Hampshire University has you covered with their sports management degree program. Now, SNHU is an accredited and fully online school allowing you to complete your degree when it's convenient for you. Not only does SNHU have 6 flexible 8-week terms per year, but you can also tap into their network of graduates already working in sports-related organizations.
Financial aid is available for those who qualify,
and you may be able to transfer up to 90 credits towards an undergraduate degree. Best part, SNHU is nonprofit, which allows them to be radically affordable with one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation. As an added benefit, SNHU courses are taught by faculty with real-life experience. So you're going to get to connect with people who already are in the industry. And once you graduate, SNHU will be there to help you when you start searching for your first job. Now, as every sports fan knows, almost all of the major sports leagues have expansion in mind. Simple math tells us that this will lead to more jobs in the sports management industry. It's been suggested that jobs in sports management could increase by almost 10% in the coming years.
A degree from SNHU positions you to be able to take advantage of that trend as leagues expand and positions open up.
The innovation that combines online flexibility and incredibly affordable tuition make SNHU the perfect choice to begin your career in sports management today. Now, to learn more about Southern New Hampshire University and how you can get started in their sports management degree program, simply click the link that's in the description of this video or go to snhu.edu/fluffy. You have no idea how many times it took me to get that line right. Thanks to SNHU for sponsoring this video, and thank you for clicking on the link, because not only does that help support the channel, but it gives you the opportunity to learn how you can become part of the fast-growing industry of sports management. All right, so it's 1-0 Panthers after one, and the water softener has begun doing its warming up for the playoffs. I have to fix the timer on the thing. It just when we get the time changes, the thing gets a mind of its own. So Kulikov with an absolute with a hell of a slap shot. Goes right past Swayman. He looked really bad on the goal. I just don't think he saw it until it was past him. The rest of the information I can give you is I have never heard it this quiet in whatever they're calling that arena Boston plays in. I'm used to it always being the Boston Garden. What do they call it now? The TD Garden. What do they call the place? Is it the frickin' Verizon Garden? What's it going to be next week? I don't like the way that they name the places. They should all have the same name. Should always be Joe Robbie Stadium. But it's quiet as hell. Like, you can hear a pin drop in there. Like, when the Panthers scored, you heard like 5 guys like, woo! And it was just, it's dead there. And I understand. I get it, right? What's there to be excited about? You know, but normally I wouldn't feel that way. I mean, I know Boston's not played well. And they don't really have a lot of hope. But when you look at the standings, it's like they're only 4 points out of a spot. Now, back where we came from as Panther fans, before we got good, 4 points out with 15 games to go, that was a success. We've already had a successful season. Okay? For before this team got good, if we were 4 points out with 15, 17 game to go, we had already had a successful season. So on one hand, I get it. On the other hand, I don't wish it on anybody. Eventually, the Panthers will be in that position. But we're right now. Right now, I don't know. What do you want from me? Let's move on to second period. All right, so it's still 1-0 after 2. I would like this game to get to 2-0, please, because last thing we need is to see something stupid happen here where we need to win the division. This is a game we should be winning, and we are technically winning it. Now, Boston had a couple power plays in a row because as soon as we killed one penalty, Kulikov sent the puck over the boards, over the glass for delay a game. Gave Boston a little bit of energy and moving the puck a little bit. We kind of played our prototypical second period. We don't look as mentally engaged as we should be into this game. I know you're not going to win every game, right? But Boston's kind of getting a little bit of momentum here. It's only 1-0. We're kind of playing this game like it's 3-0 already. I think that's what I'm saying. Just a little bit of lack of energy. Let's come out here in the third period and finish this up and get 2. Well, nice way to throw away 2 points. Good way to throw away 2 points, Panthers. Best not come playing with that garbage that we played there in the end of that game against Toronto. Winning the division is important. So, it's 2-0. Sam Miskevich scores. It's 2-0. We're having a great time. And The ESPN app just completely crashes multiple times, so the game is frozen up. Kyle had not told me that the remote was starting to have issues, so we're trying to back out and go back in, and the TV's not recognizing the remote. They score again. And then I finally get the other laptop downstairs, get that HDMI, and by the time we had gone from ESPN to another truck to Ethernetting in or HDMI in, the second laptop, I can't talk, they had scored again. And it's 3-2. And we kind of scored and tied the game, but the refs blew the whistle even though the puck was loose right there by Swayman because they couldn't see the puck. And instead of the goal counting as it would have if they wouldn't have blown the whistle, we lose. Now I am not going to sit here and yell and scream and rant and rave and all of that happy horse shit. We allowed 3 goals in 8 minutes after only allowing 1 goal in 4 3/4 games. Right? We just barfed it all up all over the ice. You got to give Boston credit. They're obviously desperate. Remember, after the trade deadline, they went into Tampa and they beat them 4-0. So Boston, obviously, the players on the Bruins clearly took it personal. What went down on trade day? They obviously have decided to play a lot harder and see if they can't. They could end up making the play. I mean, they're not that far behind. They've got games in hand. They don't have games in hand. The other teams have games in hand. But like Columbus, I think, lost again to New Jersey tonight. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So winning the division is obviously important for Panthers. We still have, a 2-point lead? Yeah, we still got a 2-point lead. And of course, now Toronto has a game in hand on us, I believe. So Thursday night's game, I mean, you got to win. Now, if you're Florida, you put yourselves in a position of just throwing away 2 points tonight and not even managing to get a point out of it. There's 11 minutes left in the game. You have a 2-0 lead and you get no points out of that. I can't suspect that Paul Maurice is going to be real happy about that. I don't think that locker room is going to be real pleasant. Now, I can't sit here and tell you what I thought about specifically on each goal because we were having so many technical difficulties. I barely got a chance to see the goal, especially the last one. I saw the Pasta one. I did see the Pasta one. Can't leave Pasta alone in front of the net. We had our chances. And it's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine, right? We have Toronto, 3 head-to-heads. Those are the games you have to have. You win 2 of the 3 head-to-heads, you're likely going to win the division. But, giving away points here like this, we haven't had a game where we gave away points since way, way, way early on in the season, in my opinion. It's been a while since we had a stretch like that in a game. In terms of play on the ice, he's got Sam Miskevich out there. I don't think Sam Miskevich came off the ice. He's got him out there in all the big, and it was on the 4-on-4, and then we added, we made it 5-on-4 because we pulled Bob. Sam Miskevich is out there all over the place, and he's playing well. He's hitting Zadorov. I love it. Sam Miskevich going in and bodying Zadorov. Seth Jones looked fine, with the exception of he did have one giveaway that I noticed. I'm sure he made some other plays. And obviously one of the power plays, I think it was the first one that Boston scored on. It was a tripping call from Jones, but that was what we didn't get to see because the app had completely frozen up. So I didn't really see what led to the tripping call. So you guys can tell me what that was all about. He had they went 2 defensemen on the second power play unit, but there wasn't a whole lot of time out there. Jones ran the first power play unit. Belinsky has actually played a pretty good night. Again, I didn't see a lot of what led to the goals, unfortunately, because the TV was frozen So I don't know if any of the guys that I mentioned were actually responsible. Couldn't tell you. Really sucks. It was a bad 8 minutes. And it's crazy because the app froze right before the breakaway that led to the tripping. And we finally got everything fixed right as they were scoring the third goal. So it was just like 8 minutes of just like, the day had been going great. And then not so great. So, you know, I hate losing. I mean, when you lose like that, when you've got a lead, but you're on the road, and Boston, whatever went on in that locker room after the trade deadline, they obviously are feeling like it's almost as though they want to play Florida and Marchand in the playoffs. It's the craziest thing. It could happen. I mean, it still technically could happen. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Or Leaf fans, Toronto Maple Leaf fans. Now, tonight, Maple Leaf fans, you're happy. You're all happy because Panthers lost. That's great. However, just be forewarned of the possibility that if it's possible that Boston could get on a run and sneak in to one of those wild card spots, and you all win the division, guess who you'd be playing in the first round? So don't smile too big of a smile because anything can happen at this point. Anything can happen. It could switch around real quick where the Leafs don't want to win the division because y'all probably rather play Tampa than Boston. So crazy things are going on right now. I don't think the Devils are going to blow their spot to the Jackets. No, last I heard it was 4-2. But who knows? We had a 2-0 lead. So just not the best night in the world. Shit happens. Usually it doesn't happen to us under these circumstances this late in the season. I don't think the result changes with Ekblad. Kachuk, I don't know. I mean, of course, you'd like to have your best players out there, but I think it was just a mental breakdown, right? Barkov did not have his best night. I don't know what the face-offs were, but I know Barkov, I didn't see him get all that involved to tell you a whole lot about. And we had our chances. Luostarinen looked like he was playing for his job. Luostarinen, especially early on in the game, looked like he was playing for please don't take me off the third line, you know, because Marchand's got to go somewhere when he comes in. And that's it. That's it. We blow it. We blew 2 points. We blow a point. We blew it. We blew it. But it's just a game against Boston. But that could, you never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen. I'm not gonna yell and scream about it. Come back Thursday, beat the Leafs, and everything is fine. Come back Thursday and lose to the Leafs, then the Leafs are in first place, and then we start rooting for Boston to win more games so they can play Toronto in the first round. We'll turn it into a positive some way, people. Don't let this one spoil your Cheerios. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon for sure. And there was something else I needed to tell you all about. Oh, I appreciate all the new members. I know Amanda and Jake and Eyes and a bunch of you have been giving out a lot of new memberships. So we've had a lot of people listening to the podcast. Next week, I'm going to try to do some fishing while recording the podcast. So we have a little bit of something other than the three dogs picture to look at. So that is coming hopefully next week. It's going to be in the 70s this weekend. So I think next week should be good enough for me to get out there and throw the rod. And we'll just talk hockey out there while we're fishing. All right. Appreciate all the support. I'll see you tomorrow at noon.